Red, do you think there's a growing tide of people who maybe followed politics like you did, who, listened to political talk radio, watched political television, Fox News, CNN, that sort of thing, but never really wanted to get involved, but now are? Do you see that happening?
Absolutely. I see it happening at local levels, state levels, and nationwide. I mean, it gets to the point where you become complacent. You live under a blanket of complacency, and you go about with your life. I mean, we're human beings. We have lives to lead. We have families to take care of and mortgages to pay. But when things start to slide by us, and then you finally take a look and you say, what happened? Yeah, absolutely. The light bulb goes off and you start to say, wow, okay, this needs to stop. Something needs to change, and I need to get involved. And referencing the movie Shenandoah again, it seems to be happening, and I'm proof of it.
So what is your platform? What are you running on?
I'm running on what I call SAM, as in Uncle Sam. It's strength, action, modesty. Strength as in we really need somebody in there who's going to stand up to the opposition, stand up to the lies, stand up to the tactics. A lot of people are afraid of doing the right thing or not offending anyone or not making anyone mad, even though most of the things that are brought up or brought against is false. We need somebody to stand up. If I need to take the hits, I need to take the shots, I need to hold the shield, I will do so. Action. Yeah, if you get in there, great. Every conquering king came in and conquered, and then basically people said, well, what are you going to do now? Well, if you've got no idea for afterwards, for after the movie ends, I'll cite The Graduate. Most movies end. The Graduate kind of continued, and that's the realization and the reality of the situation. You need to do something. And, of course, modesty is, I'm not rich. I'm not a businessman. I'm not in there so I can get people government money that should stay in your tax money that should stay in your pocket. I am a common man. I am for the common man. And I think we need a lot of that instead of career politicians. The Founding Fathers said it's concerned citizen politicians. You go in, you serve, you get out, and you go on with your life. You don't sit there and instead of serving the people, wind up inadvertently serving yourself.
So are you going to just serve a term or two if elected? If you get the nomination and win the general election in November, will you only serve a couple of terms and then, as you said, get out?
That would be the ideal situation, but honestly, it's you get in until the job is done. If the job is done, I feel that I have served my purpose. I will step aside and let the next person, and hopefully lead by example, so that the next person who would take my place. Honestly, though, if we get the job done, I would have no qualms about possibly moving into another seat because Wisconsin, we've done pretty well for ourselves the last couple of years. The rest of the country, we can't really say that about. So, yes, state-wise, that if that answers your question, but I'm not going to rule out any other seats if my services are needed there.
Well, I guess the question would have to be then, why would the voting public think of you as the alternative to a career politician if you're saying that you would, in effect, attempt to make a career out of this?
Well, no, not attempt to make a career. If I go and serve one term and I feel that we have Wisconsin where we need to, yet the federal government needs help, I will go in there, serve until we've got everything, hopefully, either to the point of straightened out or to the point where we're not going off the cliff. And then I will gladly, career politicians, I think of people who serve more than, say, 4 terms, who serve 12 years, who serve 20 years, who serve, some of the people who have served for decades. Those are the people who are complacent in their seat. I do not, and if I feel that my time I am getting complacent in there, I will remove myself because, quite frankly, if I don't feel that I'm serving my constituents well enough, then it's time for me to step aside. And that's another thing that separates me from most politicians is I admit when I'm wrong, and I admit when things are the way they are, and if necessary, I step away.
All right, sir. I guess that is a very good answer to an admittedly tough question. And Red Arnold, best of luck to you as you run for the 21st Assembly District seat being vacated by Mark Honadell. Sir, thank you so much. I do appreciate it.
Well, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for all you do, and keep up the good work. VoteRedArnold.com.